I am officially recording. So, make sure I'm on the right noises. And any final words before we start the show?
That's all I got.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, so about that time to start the show.
Let's go.
You already know this is the Hype Podcast. I am the host of the name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
We're kicking it with you every single week, well, when we feel like it. Just because that's how we roll sometimes. You can hit us up, 503-776-0167, or on Facebook, facebook.com/The Hype Podcast. And
the word of the day is consistency, because, we're doing this 2 weeks in a row. We're setting records. Hey, girl, remember when your man nutted 2 times and you wrote that day down? It's like that. It's like, your man is
mark that day on the calendar.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of market days on the calendar, we are going to mark the day on the calendar that Michael Jordan rules today. Today we're talking about Air Jordan deflating Steph Curry. Not even political exile. Edward Snowden dropping a few bombs on Joe Rogan's podcast this week. Apple has something bigger than the iPhone coming in 2020.
Bigger than the iPhone.
Definitely want to hear about.
Really? Bigger than the iPhone?
Bigger than the iPhone. No, physically bigger. They're not doing anything different, making it bigger. So it doesn't even fit in your fucking pocket.
Think different.
And,
that was the 90s.
And Congress may have time for your puppies and kitties, but they ain't got no time for you. Remember that lady in the South who said we ain't got no time for that? That's Congress talking about you.
Yeah, when you cast your vote, remember that. It's almost time to vote.
Yeah,
How you doing? How you doing? Where you broadcasting from? Where part of the world are you in, my friend?
Yeah, I'm coming all the way live from Mountain Time, an hour ahead of you in Boise, Idaho, my friend.
Oh, man. Is it beautiful out there?
It is. It's sunny and about 6 degrees outside, so it's really nice outside, but it's super cold, which is fine. And I'm in a house full of dogs and spiders. That's kind of weird combination there, but it's all working out because I have ribs in the fridge, and I'm about to go do some shopping after the podcast today, and just fucking hang out and get my sunshine on. What about you? Where are you coming live and direct from? Your living room?
I'm coming live and direct from my fucking living room under the LED multicolored fucking lights. Oh, yeah, I'm fucking living the dream right here. I think I got
so much time indoors. You get UV lamps, dude.
I should what?
You spend so much time indoors. You need like UV lamps to get a proper amount of vitamin D in your fucking life.
Oh, I give the vitamin D. Thank you very much. ain't nobody receiving no vitamin D up in this motherfucker. You got the wrong goddamn podcast. That's what I'm saying.
You are fucking ridiculous, dude. I was talking about health concerns, and you're talking about banging bitches.
Hey, I'm just saying, you say vitamin D. I mean, there's only one vitamin D, and I'm a number one provider.
I'm sorry. It's 2019. I have to say banging individuals.
All right, banging individuals. I don't care. I mean,
proper pronouns, right? Right. We
have to play proper pronouns, and my proper pronoun is motherfucker. So it's I fuck shit up. No, I mean, really, if for me, and you can disagree and never listen to my podcast again after this, because not me, you could listen anyway, so we will only lose one person. But I believe in the whole binary thing. There's he's and there's she's. That's what I believe. Do I impose that on anybody? No, but that's what I believe. You know, I have my right to believe that. I want
you to understand something. I want you to understand one thing, dude. If you go to a plastic surgeon or whatever kind of surgeon that does that sort of transition work, they give you 2 options. It's not a full fucking menu with an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. You get 2 options: dude or chick, male or female. Those are the 2 options.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of modifiers to it, and be who you are. And sometimes it really is.
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean? Is that what? You turning yourself into a fucking Honda Civic? Oh, I could add an air intake. Oh, I could add a new exhaust.
You know, it doesn't matter what you put on your thing. I mean, just don't make it complicated for me to refer to you. That's where it is. That's what the problem. I don't give a fuck what you do to your body. I don't even like tattoos. Oh, boo me right now. Yeah. I do not like fucking tattoos. I'm good. I'm good if you got one, motherfucker. I'm cool with that. But me personally, I don't like tattoos. Will somebody protest my podcast because of that? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sponsored by a goddamn ink shop. Fuck them. So I don't like tattoos, but shit, I spend my days with people who have tattoos. Do I detest them? No, not in the least bit. It's cool. I don't want one for myself. Not a big fan. I mean, if you over tat it, it is kind of weird to me and shit. I mean, if you look unemployable, fuck, it's not my fault. Unemployment rate is low, my friend, and your tattoos are holding you back. But on the same thing, if you want to add an elephant trunk to your asshole, I don't fucking care. But if you present yourself as boy or girl, I'm going to take my best guess. And usually a lot of times I don't even say he or she. You know, I mean, it's just if you say it wrong, a motherfucker will fucking snap your nuts off. They got theirs done. They're like, hey, let me show you what I got done.
You just said a motherfucker would snap your nuts off because they got theirs done. You fucking made that sound like you were going in to get a fucking new haircut. Jesus Christ. But
it is what it is. Yeah, we got to blow it up sometimes, you know. Like I said, this is the Hype Podcast. Did we tell them how to get in touch? I'll tell them again. It's 503-776-0167. Hey, leave us a message. Hey, if you go to the website, the phone number's fucking wrong. Hey, that sucks. Hey, we're lazy. Hey, like I said, it's like that night that your man could actually bust two nuts. We're doing it 2 weeks in a row.
I actually did go in and change that. I must not have hit save.
I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say you did go in and bust two nuts. And I'd have been like, this one's for you, buddy.
Yeah. Well, no, it's all about that sensitive culture in 2019. And let me tell you, a legend is getting in trouble for his very non-sensitive banter that he had in an interview. Oh, so let's get into the 5 minutes of funk and we'll tell you all about it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
First up in sports, Michael Jordan is still talking like he is 30 years old.
4 guys for your pickup team. 4 guys that you play anybody else with. Hakeem Olajuwon, Magic Johnson, Scottie Pippen, and James Worthy. That was 6 years ago. Lots happened in the league in 6 years. Would you keep the same 4?
In a heartbeat. When I'm going in the trenches, I played against and with all these guys. I'm going with who I know. Every single night, that responsibility to go out there and represent greatness every single night.
So Steph Curry shouldn't be offended when he watches.
I hope not. He's still a great player. Not a Hall of Famer yet, though.
Michael Jordan's clowning.
He's not.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
I enjoyed this.
Michael Jordan's a trip because he does act like he could still play right now.
He's acting like he can go out there and shit on LeBron, like right now.
Like I would totally go dunk on LeBron, and like Steph Curry and his team are like offended. Michael Jordan was just talking shit. My God.
Well, if you heard at the very end there, he cheered. So obviously drinking, and Jordan was probably drunk because that's what he can do now.
Oh yeah, because I think it was last year or the year before, they caught Jordan coming out of a hotel with a full bottle of tequila looking real fucked up. Hey man, that's his right, man. That dude is a billionaire. Bruno Mars wrote a song about him.
Next up in politics, Edward Snowden is back in mainstream media today after doing the Joe Rogan podcast. And this is going to be our hot topic next week because he slammed Obama for running his campaign against the warrantless wiretapping of the Bush administration and the police state and the spy and surveillance state. So Edward Snowden is mixing it up once again, and Joe Rogan is his platform. Millions of people are Joe Rogan fans, though, so what do you think about this? Where's it going to go?
I think there is much more to be said, and I think by the time Eric Snowden is done talking, Obama will no longer be Jesus. Just saying.
Edward Snowden, my friend. Edward.
Ed Norton.
Eric Snowden. Yeah, Ed Norton Snowden. Yeah,
the Incredible Hulk. He was in American History X, and he snitched on Obama.
Next up in entertainment, people are paying good money to walk in the Joker's footsteps.
Fans of the movie Joker are flocking to a gritty neighborhood in New York City. Since the movie Joker opened, these 132 steps have become a tourist attraction, with movie fans from around the world coming here to walk or even dance their way down the Joker stairs. Where are you from?
I'm from São Paulo, Brazil.
I'm from Italy.
We come here to see the famous stairs.
The stairs are located in the South Bronx, just a short distance
That sounds
from
safe.
another landmark, Yankee Stadium. Locals are amused that the neighborhood has suddenly become hot.
What the fuck is going on? So like the president of the borough, he's like, please come down here. Please spend money down here. But we gotta come to terms with the fact that like that spot's not exactly one of the safest spots in New York to be in.
Have you been to the South Bronx?
I have not been to the South Bronx.
I have been to the South Bronx, my friend, and that is not somewhere to go fucking dance down a set of stairs. Okay, I've been through the South Bronx, but if you're fucking dancing down a set of stairs, you're dodging bullets. Okay, that's about it. So you don't want to fucking go there and hang out where the Joker hangs out if you're not a local or you don't know anybody. That's all I'm saying.
Because let's go get if you haven't seen the movie is amazing. And I just want to say about the Joker as a movie, it really didn't have to be the Joker. That story was just good. It was real good and whatever. They just made the Joker so somebody you and I and other people will buy tickets. You're going to see it tonight, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
All right, let's make a move to the local.
Don't spoil any of that shit. Next up is local news.
Shit. And you know what? I'll wait till Larry hasn't seen it. All right.
Yeah, exactly. And local news down there in the good old Portlandia.
Well,
this woman changed a law on her own just so she could do what?
So here's how it goes. This woman, she does hair braiding and extensions and such, and she does not work with chemicals. And she thought that, hey, why do I have to get a full cosmetology degree just to do this if I'm not working with any chemicals? And, you know, I'm kind of back and forth on this because I don't like... She had to get a cosmetology license, and a license is you paying to exercise one of your rights. Always remember that. But she said, dude, why do I got to do all that if I'm not doing all that? I'm like, well, you should get the full fucking license, I would think. I mean, if you want to practice braiding hair, because I want you to know everything, not just how to keep lice from the one customer to the next. And I don't know. I mean, really, you ain't never going to see me, man. You ain't never going to see me down there because I keep my hair in a short Caesar. But the fact that she was able to change the law. I mean, sometimes people, and this is, I don't know this lady, but sometimes people aren't willing to step up. They want the law to step down for them. Because I know people who gone through the full cosmetology fucking gambit of things. Yeah, they have. And you know, that's the fee to get in. The barrier of entry is a little bit higher. You know what I'm saying? And somebody says, make it easier to get in here. Now I got all these motherfuckers trying to call their shit natural too. I think it creates another loophole. Anyway, that's what's going on fucking locally.
Next up, last but not least, now that's news, and you're not going to believe this, because I don't believe this. I think this is bullshit. Apple could launch AI glasses in 2020, and if it finds a reason for you to buy them. Big if. Why? People, iPhone buyers, they're going to fucking buy that shit.
I think the Apple glasses are going to do actually a lot better than any other glasses because, like, when Apple does something, it fucking works because it works with your shit. I mean, I've always been resistant. Oh, man. Fucking phone? No.
Apple shit works with your Apple shit.
That's what I'm saying. It works with your Apple shit. Like, hey, I resist to getting the fucking watch. The watch is amazing. It goes with all my shit. Man, that shit unlocks my computer. Fucking, I answer calls. I look like Dick Tracy. Fuck yeah. Okay, but it works well. It works well with my other shit. So when Google did it, I didn't own no Google shit. And even though, and they got so many people to make it work with, Apple has one product, so their shit always works better. So if they come out with AR glasses, they're going to be good. Hey, why don't you guys come out with a laptop I really would like to buy? Just saying. Just saying.
Dude, if they're making AR glasses and I want them to
If they're making AR glasses, you're gonna do what? This sounds like an empty fucking threat.
No, I said if they make AR glasses, they better. I put those bitches on, and they better work with my GPS. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, they're gonna work with your GPS. Everything works with your GPS. The glasses have a GPS on them. My watch has a GPS on it. It ain't hard to find.
No, it does. I have an Android because I have an Android phone, so that shit doesn't currently work.
It doesn't currently work.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
because I have an Android phone. You hear what I'm saying? Android. I'm on Team Android, son.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have an issue either way. I had a motherfucker trying to debate me like Mac and PC the other day. Hey, shout out to Mikey B. I mean, that motherfucker is a real hardcore PC guy, man. I hadn't heard people argue about Mac and PC like this guy did since the fucking 90s. Man, he came up with every fucking reason to like, oh yeah, they suck. That's cool. I mean, yeah, that's cool. They suck. I got one. It's good. It works for me. I mean, shit. That's like telling a motherfucker they drive the wrong kind of car. Shit. Nobody taught you.
Well,
nobody told you. Nobody told you to buy a fucking Yugo. But shit. I mean, if it fucking works for you, I mean, shit. You drive a Mercedes-Benz vans. I mean, that's a little bit more likely than my Chevy to break down. I ain't saying shit about it. Fuck it. It's yours.
Mikey, we dedicate this week's 5 minutes of funk to you, my friend, and that's it.
Oh, damn.
Hit the
Five.
Now, for a second there, I paused. I was like, so how do we end that shit? Like, how do we end that shit? I forgot where. I was like, there's something I do at the end of the 5 minutes of funk, and I can't remember what the fuck it is. Sometimes, you know, I've reached the ripe old age of 44, and sometimes there's a degree of difficulty to doing shit. But I'm still here. I'm still kicking, and I'm still handing out that vitamin D.
Oh my God! I will fuck you up, Angela.
Yeah, Angela, I'm talking to you. Anyway,
yeah, fucking Angela. So tell me about this bill that the House unanimously passed this last week.
So this week in the House of Representatives, it's like a shitty fucking show. I love that new theme. That's the new news theme. If you don't know, I can't play it because the clip's not loud enough, but we'll play it after that. This is the new hot topic theme. Because if you're smoking enough weed, this shit gets really weird towards the middle. I'm not going to play it all the way through. But the House took some time impeaching our president and just randomly bitching about how fucked up America is. And they decided to pass a bill to help out you and your puppies.
Animal cruelty is one step closer to becoming a federal felony. This week, the House unanimously passed a bipartisan bill. The PACT Act, which stands for Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture, will be strengthened, and people who abuse animals will face some tough repercussions.
Anybody that would torture an animal or hurt an animal, again, would not think twice about doing it to a child or another human being.
According to the Humane Society, researchers in one study found between 71 and 83% of women in domestic violence shelters also say their partners abused or killed the family pet. Another study found in cases of child abuse, pets were also abused in 88% of those cases. It's not a done deal. The bill still has to move through the Senate. But for animal lovers, there's a lot of promise and a lot of hope.
So I'm trying to figure out. First I want to applaud Congress for doing some shit this week. I mean, not that it really benefited my fucking life, but doing some shit this week. I always try and figure out, like, what makes an animal, what animals classify as ones you can be cruel to?
That's a great question, because in some places people have tigers as pets. So, and I'm not talking the fucking foreign world. I'm talking like Texas.
So, because really, if I had a cow, I could kill the cow.
Sure, yeah. So you can leave cows out in the snow too if you want.
If I have a dog, if I kill that dog, I'm going to jail. Now,
what if you're Vietnamese?
Oh yeah, well, no, I'm still going to jail whether I eat it or not. That's not a stereotype. I mean, they have festivals on that shit, you know, whatever. But really, like, with a dog, if you killed your dog, yeah, your neighbor could call the police on you. Now, this comes down to actually your local laws. These are federal laws. So this is like if you kill an animal on federal land, number one. And number two, if you take an animal across state lines to kill it. Just saying. That's how federal laws work. It's just like prostitution.
Who the fuck is taking a dog over a state line just to kill it? If you're taking a dog over state line, that's basically just kidnapping, dude. You're keeping the fucking dog.
I mean, because this shit changed Michael Vick's life. I mean, he was fighting dogs.
Dude, no. This shit did not change Michael Vick's life. Michael Vick changed Michael Vick's life. He was a fucking bazillionaire and got bored and was like, "Oh, I'm going to teach dogs how to fight."
I think he went to I wouldn't personally. I'm not sending him to jail for animal cruelty. I'm sending him to jail for stupidity. Really, I mean, because I'm still trying to deem like what animal. How do you deem which animal's killable and which one is not? I had a friend who had a pet cockroach. I'm black. I didn't find that very cool. I don't think that's a stereotype of black people in general. But I'm just saying, like, dude, I didn't find that very cool. Like, that's scary to me. I mean, but if I stepped on that motherfucker because that motherfucker considered a pet, would that be animal cruelty?
You can ask that question of people in Florida. Pythons are big pets in Florida. So if somebody decides to kill a python because it gets too big and they can't keep it in the house anymore, is that animal cruelty? Because guess what? They can also be fined and arrested if they let those animals loose because they're an invasive species.
Well, the other thing you're going to look at is one of the biggest deals to me is like, how do you determine which mice you feed the snakes and which mice you sell? That is like
you sell the mice with personality and you feed them
I mean, it's just something I've been pondering all my life. Like, okay, how do you tip that line on animal cruelty? Now, there's some exceptions. And really when I looked up the law, it was actually about crushing animals. I don't know if crushing is like a generic term for doing anything fucking fucked up, but they said crushing.
You don't know what crushing is? Do you not know what crushing is?
When I see a girl that I like and I get a boner, yeah, that's crushing.
Yeah, that's basically animal cruelty. Is if you like a dog and you crush them.
If you like a dog, you like a dog to death, like
you like a dog to death. No, crushing is exactly what it sounds like. It's actually a community, and it's really fucked up because imagine instead of putting a car in a car crusher, you basically put a dog in a compactor or a cat in a compactor, and you crush them while they're alive, and that's some fucked up shit. So yeah, you can imagine that if somebody did that to a dog, they're probably not too fond of the human race, and they're probably going to turn into a serial killer.
Yeah, the link to them becoming serial killers, I never considered that factor. I mean, serial killers or child abusers and stuff like that. That's a lot of. I just want to give some applause because whoever did all that fucking research, wow, he abused dogs and then he killed his family. Goddamn, who links all that shit up?
That was actually the BAU in the FBI. That's where the show Criminal Minds and Mindhunter come from. Yeah. Those are the motherfuckers that together.
You're profiling.
Yeah.
But I mean,
what I want to know, what I really want to know is when people fucking, like, just recently down in California, there was a dude, like a convicted, like, child rapist. Instead of letting him, like, live out his life, he had paid his debt to society allegedly, but got out of jail and moved into this neighborhood. Well, people caught wind of it and they saw him out walking one day, and this dude, instead of calling the police or whatever, decided he was going to let his pit bull tear the guy's balls off. So is that animal cruelty on either side?
I don't think that gentleman should be allowed to own an animal, number one. Number two, Man, that's tough because really that dog's going to die. I mean, in most local, because that's something that they govern locally. That dog's going to die. Yeah, if a dog causes harm, there's the pretty good likelihood that dog will die. I mean, but that's a whole nother can of worms there because I mean, yeah, is the dude free to live after he's paid his debt to society? And that's oppression. That's a whole nother type of oppression there.
But see, in my opinion, you can never pay off that debt. So I think we just castrate and kill any of those fuckers in that order. So I mean, that, you know, I would give that fucking dog a medal, in my opinion. But you're right. Unfortunately, that dog will probably be put down, and the owner would probably get in trouble for allowing or instigating that entire event to happen. But
also, gun owner, just remember that either you believe in justice or you deal out justice. You can't do both. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
you're
really,
either Batman or not Batman. Basically, what the fuck you just said.
Yeah. I mean, really, if you were going to do all that, why didn't you just do it before he had to spend all that time in fucking jail? Shit, give him that now. I mean, give me one or the other.
I don't know. Sometimes you have to be Batman and Bruce Wayne. You feel me?
So I will start a charity to support your family while you're in jail, and then I'll beat your ass and hold you off a building and ask you for details on who committed that murder. Ask you who beat that dog. I mean, and not everybody can. And let's just get down to it. Not everybody can own an animal. And because look at it, Batman doesn't own an animal, but Superman does. Look at those two different personality types. And if you are a type of person that will beat an animal, that sucks. But the way we treat animals has changed. I mean, really, I remember my dog growing up, he lived outside. My grandmother was like, no fucking way. Rain, sleet, snow, man, it had to be fucking fucked up for that motherfucker to be in the house. And it was cool. He had a dog house. He lived there. That's where he lived. You know, he might come in. That's
why it's called a dog house. That is their house. We don't come over and visit. They fucking get to live out their lives in a glorious fashion. The dog house. I mean, sometimes if you're in a relationship, you're in the dog house, but that's mainly when you're married, and we're not married. So
let's be honest, the dog house actually serves a fucking purpose, but a lot of dogs now, shit, they're not even outside. Dogs stay in.
That's true. We really don't have any free range dogs anymore.
Oh, I remember growing up, there used to be every once in a while you see like some stray dogs running around together. That shit be fucking crazy. Like, yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of these motherfuckers. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, they're gonna try and eat the children of the neighborhood. That's what they're gonna do.
I don't know, man. But if you are cruel to an animal, I just don't get it, man. Because I mean, if I raise a chicken, I fucking chop his head off. I mean, is that cruel?
Yeah, it depends. Did you name it?
Are you friends with it? If I can deny all that in court, can I? I mean, I'll throw away the little water bowl that had the motherfucker's name on it. No, he didn't have a name.
Yeah, burn the collar with his tags on it and shit.
Yeah, Cockadoodle. Nah, that wasn't his name. That's just a movie. Sorry, that's not my goddamn chicken's name. Fuck.
That is a really great question because people have those little pet pigs now, and do those pet pigs grow up to be bacon?
I mean, seriously, if I wanted a couple of slices of bacon and shit, the apocalypse happened, that little pet pig is getting his ass fucked up. Shit. I'll dig a hole.
Yeah, little Porky's fucking collar's coming off, dude.
You know what? I can look up on, even after the apocalypse, I can look up on the internet how to put them in a hole and shit. We'll get the most out of that goddamn pig. But after the apocalypse is over and everything returns to order, people will be like, hey, you killed your pig, and I'll go to jail.
That's fucked up. And I'd be like, I'd tell the judge, I'd be like, this motherfucker ate the bacon.
And you know what, motherfucker? And you know the fucked up part is? I probably would have to go across state lines to cook it at my sister's house. And then the feds would be on me.
That's kidnapping and animal abuse in Portland. God damn it. So you already know. So it's about that time to go. You're about to get the fuck out of here so you can go to work and I can be on vacation for the rest of the week.
You're on vacation, really?
Fuck yeah.
I didn't even know you got vacations.
Yeah, I make my own vacation, son.
So this week I learned that you hit the wrong button. There we go. I learned that you cannot cook instant rice in a rice cooker. There are two things that are mutually exclusive. I mean, if you want to talk about parallels, if you are instant rice type, then you should not have a rice cooker. And if you have a rice cooker, you dumb motherfucker, why do you have instant rice? They do not work together. I just want to tell you that. That's just a word to the wise. And also, I heard this tip all through my life, but never followed it. Put a spare key outside. Yesterday, I was on my way to record a podcast with Analyze This, the EA and whatever. And I had all this equipment in my hand and I forgot my goddamn keys. And I was locked out of my house for about 45 minutes. Remember when you were a little kid, you get locked out of the house for 15 minutes and you thought it was forever? Nah, I'm locked out of the house for about 45 minutes. What did I do? Because life is so good and so convenient for this man, oh so fresh, I called a Lyft and I went down to the local pub, had me a Crown Royal, and then when my house was once again open and available, took a Lyft and came on home and lived my life out a little bit better. So you know what? Mitigate your damages, my friend. Do not be a victim of the system. You take care of yourself. When life gives you lemons, go down to a local bar and have yourself a goddamn Crown Royal. Let's go.
This is the Hype Podcast. I'm the host of No Name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
We're kicking it with you every single week right here on The Hype. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Lipton, and at thehypepodcast.com. You can hit us up 503-776-0167 or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/thehypepodcast. And I want to give a very, very special shout out to the same folks that we shout out every week. Portland Property Management. You can hit them up 503-752-8519 for all your property management needs in the Portland metro area. And also, what do they do every Friday?
They do Fortress Friday. That's with Aaron with 1A, and he gives you tips on living in Portland, being in Portland, and how to be Aaron. He's the coolest guy in school. It's because there's only 1A, and that's Aaron. So Fortress Property Management, they will take care of you, your property management needs. Please do not, if you plan to rent from them, please do not take any animals across state lines and abuse them and then rent from them. Because if the government was not watching you enough, the government is watching you even more. If you get a chance to, make sure you check out that Eric Snowden video. We will be going over that in a bit of detail next week. That's on Joe Rogan. I hate to give a shout out to another man. It's like it's like admitting your ex's. It was like admitting your girlfriend's ex fucks better, you know. But other than that,
it's all right. You keep getting his name wrong, so nobody's gonna know anyway.
It's Eric Snowden.
It's Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden. Who's Eric Snowden? He was the Edward Snowden. It is what it is. I got it wrong. Shit, that's... Check this out. Him correcting me added another 30 seconds to the podcast, and that's the 30 seconds I'm stealing from your life. Fuck you. This is the Hype Podcast, and we're out.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
You're out of control, sir.